1, 2, 3.
Ready. Newsstand versus Newsletter embarks on a journey of a classic wrestling year. Were the PWI readers accurate with their assessment of talent? Were the Wrestling Observer newsletter subscribers more right than wrong? Join longtime friends Scotty and Andrew as they talk about Newsstand versus Newsletter.
Welcome to another episode of Newsstand versus Newsletter. I am your host, the future Hall of Famer Scotty B. I have my co-host in here, who is still, yes, he's on the screen. Andrew, no last name needed. I thought you were leaving. That's why I was going to bring you in. I was like, oh, is he leaving? He stood up. I was like, that's nice. Professional.
I was just raising my chair like Tony Schiavone, you know.
So let's get the elephant in the room here, because we had an incident. We had an incident today.
We had
an incident. And let me say something. Because from my experience, and people can comment, like the 7 people that watch this could comment on this. When I upload something, YouTube can hit it. If it doesn't get hit, it comes to the point that the WWE, whoever, actually finds it. So they found some of our videos. So they took some of them down. I want to say, fuck you, WWE. Suck my dick. Because you're pieces of shit. And I don't give a fuck about your goddamn company. Take your fucking stupid egg and shove it up your ass. Yeah, he's shooting.
Oh my god!
But you know what? Like, fuck you, WB. Like, you're garbage. You're shit. You're junk. Like, you wonder why people prefer AEW over your fucking shit product. You wonder why you're losing the demos, shit like that. Because you're just a piece of shit. You got a 76-year-old man who's out of touch, who doesn't know what the fuck's going on, walks around with a fucking egg and sucks the wrong stick. I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck off. So you took our shit down. That's fine. We'll play the game. We'll do stills now. And we'll still talk shit about your company. And, you know, we get 6 viewers. I know you're really worried that 6 viewers. I know your company sucks. Let me explain something to you, piece of shit. Everyone knows your company sucks. People who work for your company knows that it sucks. It's absolute garbage and trash. So with that being said, let's move on with the episode. 1997. Let's start with Andrew and ask Andrew what he was doing in 1997.
I was enjoying wrestling fandom at a level I didn't think possible. Like, I loved wrestling pretty much right from the get-go. And as a little kid, there's a lot of other wrestling fans. But you know how it was. They were WWF fans.
Yeah.
And, like, I love 92, but I didn't have anybody to talk to it. Or anybody to talk to about it. And my cousin, a little bit, I got him into WCW with Clash 19. And then when Razor came in, he was a big Razor Ramon guy. But 97 was the year when it was creatively at a level that I had not seen before or since. It was, and as far as where we were, I don't think it was ever hotter than in 97. Like I know in the States, 98, 99, 2000 were huge years. But as far, we're Canadians, and
97 was big.
97 was big. We were a part of the show, and it was just artistically. It's one of those years where you can go back and just watch a random Raw. You can't do that any other year.
Well, I'll say, like, when we get back to you, I remember being at a bar watching SummerSlam 97, and when they did the national anthem, which was a heel tactic by Brett, the whole bar stood up. Everyone in the bar stood up. It's like, wait a second, because, like, I mean, let's be real. We obviously knew it wasn't real, but I hated Shawn. I hated him. I hated him for what he did. When he did that thing to Canadian flag, I'm like, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. And he did his job, made him a big-time heel. So, yeah, I agree with you. 97 was just, like, the first part wasn't the greatest, but WWE was pretty good early 97, except for the Piper Hogan stuff. But it wasn't awful. After Mania, Brett turned in, well, I call it tweener, because he's a heel in the States, you know, everyone knows the story.
And also, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let's not overlook how big Rodman being involved in wrestling was. Yeah. Like, I know Tyson would go on to be even a bigger deal, but Rodman wasn't like you were getting, I don't know, Bill Lambier in '98. You know, you're getting somebody at the top of their game, a champion who.
Go ahead. I remember. Keep going. Because I want to add to that was Rodman. But you keep going.
Yeah, like he was not somebody that was just known by basketball fans. Like this was a big celebrity, and he was involved in wrestling.
I know one of the coolest ever NWO intro is when it was funny. I watched it a few days ago. It's the one where they come. I've seen it years ago, but they come in the limo. It's Hogan, Rodman, and Savage and Six and Nash and Hall. And they're coming out. They're going through the back of the United Center, and Voodoo Child's playing, and they're coming through, and like the place is going crazy. And it was the same day as a parade. And someone wrote a comment in Chicago that day. The morning they had the parade, and the afternoon they had an interleague game between the Cubs and the White Sox, and then they had Nitro at that same night. They talk about a kick-ass day in Chicago, and people should check it out because I'll leave in the description the link. It's an awesome intro. I mean, they're heels, but dude, their baby face is like a motherfucker in Chicago. Like in that place is Michael Buffer for some reason is in the ring calling it. I don't know why, but yeah. So back to '97. Keep going with yourself. We're in high school, obviously at that time.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that was it.
For me, I'll tell a funny story about from my situation in '97. So 1997, we didn't start getting Nitro till '98. We got Nitro for 1 hour on Saturday, but we wanted to see the full 2. So I had a girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend at the time, all through high school. Her parents lived in the outskirts of the city, and they had the old school satellite dishes that we had originally in my family, but we got rid of it. And I remember going to her house to watch Nitro. I was super pumped. The problem was it was the Nitro before the Clash of Champions, and all they did was pump Clash of Champions the whole fucking night. And I was like, oh, this is horrible. And yeah, I mean, '97 same with me, man. Big wrestling guy, loved it. I was a big WCW guy. Once Brett turned heel, and like I was all in, man. Like that summer of '97, Canada versus the US, like Calgary Stampede. The Raws were kick-ass. I mean, the thing about Raw wasn't that great. I mean, the undercard was dog shit, but the top was good. You know, Brett, even Taker was good. We'll talk about that later on in the halftime show. But it was a kick-ass year for wrestling. The summer of '97, definitely an awesome year.
It was so good, and we're kind of fortunate as Canadians. We didn't have to choose. I mean, you get Raw on Mondays, and then you get Nitro on Wednesdays. So you didn't have to like decide: do I want to watch the 20-minute NWO promo, or do I want to watch the 20-minute Brett promo? You know, you got both.
Well, the thing with WCW was then, I mean, they were really strong with their undercard, like the Luchadors, and you had the Benoits and the Malenkos and Jerichos. And WWF was big with their main event stuff, it all worked out well. I mean, and I kind of look back, you know, I know we kind of have like the war now with AEW, WWE, which really isn't there yet. I think it will be eventually there. I think they will eventually go head to head. But I mean, back then, man, we were spoiled. We were spoiled rotten. Like, but I'll say, like, I watched Dynamite tonight. It was good. It was a really good show. That main event was really good. It was easy 2 hours. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah. I'd say it's easier to watch 2-hour Dynamite than it would be any 2-hour block of Raw, whether it be the first 2, second 2, middle 2.
What did you think of the MJF CM Punk promo?
That was great.
The Miz. What was your favorite one? My favorite one was the maybe Tony will have a daughter and you'll marry her.
Yeah,
that was a good one. I'm not a big fan of like talking about the competition, but it was very funny. So anyway, we're gonna jump in. Go ahead. We're gonna say something.
Well, unlike when, like, say, TNA does it, it doesn't look like they're, pathetic and trying to just leech off their fame. They're using it for heat because they know that their fans will get it, and it's great.
It was really good. Okay, let's jump into the sports of 1997. So the NFL, the draft was April 19th. The St. Louis Rams, which that's the big news today, because the St. Louis, they settled with the NFL today over that lawsuit because the NFL does not want to be going to court. Anyway, they drafted tackle Orlando Pace first overall, which actually turned out being a very good draft pick. He was pretty awesome. Best record in the league, Mr. Andrew. 1997.
Was it Denver?
My Kansas City Chiefs. 13-3. Really good defense, okay offense. Lost 10-7 or 14-10 in the playoffs at Denver in the divisional round, and it was not a happy day for me. And that tended to be the way it went going forward for the next fucking 25 years.
Well, I mean, unless you're a Tom Brady fan and, let's say, a Sidney Crosby fan, you've dealt with losing far more often than winning in your life.
Oh, fucking horrible. Worst record in the league.
Was it the Jets?
The Colts, 3-13. And that got them the draft pick that got Eli Manning, or Peyton Manning, sorry. Not Eli. Denver beat Green Bay 31-24 in the Super Bowl. Most valuable player of the year was Brett Favre. Give me a second here. Let's bring this up. Higher. Coach of the year, Jim Fassel from New York. Offensive player of the year, Barry Sanders, obviously from Detroit. Defensive player of the year, Dana Stubblefield from San Fran. Offensive rookie of the year, Warwick Dunn from Tampa. Paul Bellard for Baltimore. Common player of the year, Robert Brooks for Green Bay. Troy Aikman man of the year, and Terrell Davis was the Super Bowl MVP. We're going to go to baseball. Atlanta, I just gave it to you. The best record.
Is it Atlanta?
Yeah, well, I just gave it away. 101-61. Worst records.
I'm going to guess Detroit.
No, Oakland, 65-97. Florida beat Cleveland in the World Series, 4-3. I remember that World Series is Game 6. It snowed in Cleveland. And then Game 7 was in Florida. And Game 7 was on Halloween.
Oh, neat.
I remember that night. Rookie of the year, Scott Rowland for Philadelphia. And the American League, Nomar Garcia-Pera for Boston. Cy Young, Pedro Martinez for our Montreal Expos back then. Roger Clemens for Toronto. That's interesting. Cy Young went to both two Canadian teams.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Manager there, Dusty Baker for San Fran, still has won a World Series. Davey Johnson for Baltimore. Most valuable player, Larry Walker for Colorado. Ken Griffey Jr. for Seattle. Ken Griffey Jr. was really good and kind of doesn't get talked about enough.
Well, everybody always says that he had the best swing.
Yeah, well, he was awesome. Mm-hmm. Problem with that 98 home run derby, that whole home run competition, it started out being McGuire and Griffey. And then Griffey fell off and Sosa came out of nowhere and started bombing it. NBA, best record.
Bulls?
Yeah, well, it's not hard. It's the 90s. Worst record.
I'm going to say the Grizzlies.
It is the Grizzlies, 14-68. Bulls are 69-13, by the way. Bulls beat the Jazz 4-2 in the finals. Most valuable player, Karl Malone. Rookie of the year, Allen Iverson. Defensive player of the year, Dikembe Mutombo. Sixth man of the year, John Starks for the Knicks. Most improved player, Isaac Austin for the Heat. And coach of the year, Pat Riley for the Heat. And last but not least, the NHL. Best record.
Detroit.
Colorado. 49-24-9. Worst record.
Was it the Kings?
It's your Boston Bruins.
Yeah, my Boston Bruins. Let's go back to 97.
26-47-9. Detroit beat the Flyers 4-9 in the final. And we'll just kind of burn through some awards real quick. Art Ross went to Mario Lemieux. Calder Trophy went to Brian Berard for the Islanders. Conn Smythe went to Mike Vernon for the Wings. I can't believe he was he was still goaltending in 98. He felt like he was around forever.
And good.
Dominic Hasek got the Hart Trophy for Buffalo. Jack Adams went to Ted Nolan. James Norris went to Brian Leach. Vezina went to Dominic Hasek. And that's that. And that is the sports of 1997. And we'll just close that tab out right now. And we will jump into In Memoriam.
Yes.
You must have that. Yes, let's see. I remember. And I didn't even put it in the format. I remember it. So you go ahead with that one.
Okay, so 1997 saw the passing of these wrestling personalities. Big City Mike, Bulldog Brower, Bulldog Bob Brown, Dr. Jerry Graham, Dale Lewis, Plum Marico. That was the Joshi wrestler who died in the ring.
Okay.
Dr. Bill Miller, Larry O'Day, Dano O'Shocker, Brian Pillman, Biggie Sleaze, Stan Stasiak, Jeep Swenson, Jesus Torres, and Fritz von Erich.
A lot of people died that year. That was a big guy. Yeah. Pillman. Well, I remember Pillman dying. That was crazy. I remember seeing that in the free for all, being like, "What the like?" Because we weren't used to deaths yet. It wasn't normal to us anymore. So like when Pillman died, it was just out of the blue. I couldn't believe it. Mind blowing. But you know, it eventually becomes a very common thing in wrestling going forward.
Sadly.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Rookie of the Year. Who wants to go first? Want to go first?
Sure.
I'll pick 97. That's a tough one. I'm gonna pick The Rock because it was his first full year. Does that count?
I believe he was eligible in 96. When we did 96, I think he may have either won or been in the conversation.
97. I'm gonna go with oh my god, what's his name? Prince Ikea.
Well done, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look at that one. I'm voting for one. Right on. Yeah.
Prince Ikea wins it with 17,520 votes. First runner-up is Ernest Miller with 13,002 votes. Second runner-up is Chris Chetty with 11,046 votes. Third runner-up is Brackus with 5,237 votes.
Where did he even work at? Where did he did a little bit of ECW? That was it. Like he was supposed to be WWE, but he never did anything there at all.
I think he had some matches either on Heat or whatever their syndicated shows were at the time, like maybe Shotgun. And I think on Raw, his only appearance was the Brawl for All, getting beat up by Savio.
Yeah, yeah.
And honorable mentions totaling 26,986 votes included Perro Aguayo Jr., Blaze, a young guy that I don't know if he amounted to anything. Bill Goldberg.
Nothing. Garbage.
Kevin Green, Chad Hart, Noyoa Ogawa, and Reckless Youth.
Okay, so we're going to go with, I want you to guess mine.
Is it Perro Aguayo Jr.?
Mr. Ogawa.
Oh, no, that's S.A. Rios.
Okay, that's my bad. Completely incorrect. The first time I've ever done that. It's like, give me a credit. I don't know how that. Hey, I Googled it, and that's what popped up, so for fuck's sakes.
So is Nayawa Ogawa who won?
Yeah, that's who won it. So I don't know why the hell I got S.A. Rios. Okay. That's my bad. First time it's ever happened. It's bound to happen. Chris Chetty got number 2. Number 3 doesn't count. Fujiati.
Who was number 3?
Don Fry. He's not a wrestler.
Yeah, he wrestled in New Japan.
Okay, fine. Don Fry. Jason Godsey, Brackus, Ernest Miller, Bulldog Reigns. So that's that. I'm going to go with Prince Ikea. I'll take him. He had a half decent year.
Yeah, he wins the TV title. Although, to me, he always it's funny because he felt like a Rocky copycat.
Oh, big time copycat.
And Rocky wasn't even working at the time. Like people didn't like Rocky Maivia. There's a reason why the Rock's turn was so logical and made sense and had an impact because there was a lot of truth to it.
It was.
And WWE's like, we want that guy. It's like this is like a renegade copying a former champion. This is like it would be like if WWF had their own disorderly conduct.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember it happening. Thinking that's a ripoff right there, but it is what it is. All right, so the next award. Actually, I do have a few commercials we can do, because these aren't copyrighted. They're not copyrighted. They're not. They're just random ones. Here's one for you right here. You ready?
Yep.
Think he's ready?
I think he'll crack this guy out. Humpty!
Okay, guys, keep him clean. It's gotta be a ring-a-ding-dong dandy. Nice. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. What a move. He's airborne. Humpty's famous 4-egg omelets. Choose from 7 feature combinations. They're excellent.
Humpty, maybe we should be a tag team.
That was the dumbest fucking commercial I found. Darren and I can't remember the last name. The guys, Wrestling Club, right on. It's your shit. It's certainly not your stuff. You don't actually own it, but I always give you props, boys. Always give you the props because I'm a nice guy like that. All right, so back to the awards. We're gonna jump into the next one. Let me get my format back up here. My format's going to be for it's most inspirational for you, most disgusting tactic for myself. And you get to go first, picking what my most disgusting tactic award was in 1997.
Was it putting Melanie Pillman on TV the day after Brian died?
There's Methany Pillman. There's Methany. There she is. That is one of the biggest pieces of shit Vince McMahon move. But Vince McMahon is what people call pieces. Like if you look on the road, if you're walking down the road and you see a piece of shit on the road, like, oh look, it's Vince. But it's like a piece of dog shit. But it's like that's Vince.
Scott, they put smiles on faces.
Oh yeah. That's fuck them. So that wins it.
Don't be a bully. Be a star.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't rape people in a fucking limo. Don't watch kids get molested. So, number 2, WWF Double Crosses Brett Survivor Series. Number 3, they promised Brett bring a fucking midget out. I remember watching that being like, you are fucking idiots. That is so goddamn stupid. The racial angles. Brian Pillman and Melina Angle, which I don't think it was that, but Marlena Angle, sorry. And they both spoofs Brett or Arn Anderson's retirement. NWO, WWF, and WCW encouraged fans to throw things and hit the ring. I don't remember WWF doing that. I remember WCW doing that, but I don't remember WWF doing that. ECW not firing New Jack. Yeah, he almost killed the guy. That's understandable. WWF Goldust and Marlena breakup. And WCW advertised as Scott Hall on pay-per-view when they knew he wasn't going to be there. So Melanie Pillman definitely, yeah. I mean that's garbage, man. It's fucking shit. How, it's just.
It's funny because like everything else just seems like it's pro wrestling. You know, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like even whatever it may be, like fans running the ring or Brett getting screwed or the Marlena Pillman angle. It's all bullshit. But putting your fucking Melanie on TV,
I want to know 2 things. And I will Vinnie Mac, like, you fucking piece of shit. You're probably not watching this, but maybe you are, you dumb bastard. How much did you pay her? Because he knows she was a fucking drug addict. How much did you pay her to come on? It was obviously with the money. It was with the money.
I don't know if he paid in cash.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going there, brother. Inspirational wrestler. Sorry, I got a cat behind me. I thought, fuck. Look, you took a 5-minute goddamn break there. Click. So inspirational wrestler. I'm gonna pick Brian Pillman.
It's actually. Can you see that? Terry
Funk. Yeah, because he retired. Yeah, that makes sense.
Terry Funk wins it with 29,873 votes. First runner-up is Steve Austin with 15,504 votes. Second runner-up is Perry Saturn with 12,012 votes. Third runner-up is Roddy Piper with 10,851 votes. And honorable mentions totaling 6,661 votes include Tommy Dreamer, Dude Love, Ric Flair, Rey Mysterio Jr., Dallas Page, Brian Pillman, Taz, and The Undertaker.
How the fuck does Pillman go so low? The guy died, for crying out loud. Like, Jesus Christ.
The only thing I can think of, he died in October. And so maybe a lot of the votes came in the summer.
Yeah, maybe. That's fair enough. All righty. So let's hop into another commercial. Again, not copyrighted by us, so here it is.
ファイプロを超えるのはファイプロだけ。セガサターン用ゲームソフトファイヤープロレスリング S6 スクランブル。
That is an awesome. I know you're a virtual pro guy. I am too. Fire Pro's a real good time. Mm-hmm. Fire Pro's a lot of fun. You don't care. You don't give a fucking shit at all. You don't care. All right, next award, because Andrew doesn't give a shit about Fire Pro Wrestling. So everyone make comments of how much of an a-hole he is for not liking Fire Pro Wrestling. Don't give that little look at me. I'm just that guy.
I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, not caring. All right, Manager of the Year. And I go first for you. My category is Worst Manager of the Year. So for you, I'm picking 97. That's a tough one, because really, who's managing?
Yeah, this is one of the last years they would have this category in PWI.
Sonny? I don't even know. Just Bill Alfonso. Makes sense. Yeah.
Fonzie wins it with 17,492 votes. First runner-up is Jacqueline with 13,811 votes. Second runner-up is Paul Bearer with 12,020 votes. Third runner-up is Ted DiBiase with 9,771 votes, and honorable mentions totaling 22,105. This one is baffling to me. Again, Captain Lou Albana.
And he's not fucking manager in '97, dude.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. He's fucking fully retired. He's drunk in New York somewheres.
I have no idea why he gets votes every year.
Because he votes for himself. I guarantee that crazy fucker probably voted for himself. He probably sat in his house, hammered on vodka, voting for himself. I guarantee it. The fucking lunatic probably got a bunch of kids around the neighborhood, paid him $5 a piece to vote for him. There's the only way he's trolling them. He's fucking trolling them. It has to be happening. Anyway, keep going.
He gets his votes. Also receiving votes were Joel Gertner, Jimmy Hart, Honky Tonk Man, Sherry Martell, Clarence Mason, Deborah McMichael, Sonny Ono, James Vandenberg, and Woman.
I'm guessing Sonny didn't even fucking manage that year because I'm a complete jackass. She didn't. I don't know why I picked her.
Maybe an ECW with Candido.
I don't know. All right. So this one is worst manager of the year.
Is it Sonny Ono?
It's the Sonny Ono Award. That's exactly what that is. It's the Sonny Ono Award.
He took over from Fuji.
After Fuji retired, fucking give it to Ono.
Yeah.
It's just automatic pure hate. So that's Sonny Ono wins it with a ton of votes, like a ton of fucking votes. There are Michael second, Sable's third, James Vanderberg, Jackal, Teddy Long, Uncle Cletus, Iron Sheik, Jacqueline, Jimmy Hart. Did I say Jacqueline twice? Jackal, sorry. Jacqueline's 9, Jimmy Hart, Teddy DiBiase, and Hillbilly Jim is last. So yeah, I mean, managers are 97, dude. They're kind of like, nah. I mean, Alfonso is it. That's all you really look at and be like reasonably about.
Bear.
Yeah, because Bear had a good run. He had that whole thing with Taker
Kane.
and stuff. Yeah, and the whole. I actually know it's funny. I watched that match a couple days ago again. The Hell in a Cell match, and I'll say it actually it holds up to the Taker. I think it's better than the Taker and Mankind one, really.
Oh, easily better.
But it's the whole Foley almost kills himself in a match kind of deal. Yeah. So, all right. So that's the end of that. That's the end of that episode. That's the end of that. See you later. Fuck you guys. We're done now. The next one is gonna be most popular, and for me, it's most charismatic.
Okay, this one's interesting for me because this is when I bought this magazine off some gentleman off eBay.
Ripped it off. You said ripped it. Peso. Yeah.
I can see who won, but I can't see the runners up in the honorable mentions. So I actually had to get a different magazine where they have the list of the winners to find out.
Why is this looking up online? Like you have the fucking internet.
I know.
I
So who do you think won?
No, I'm up. I'm up first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Most charismatic.
Is it Austin?
Yeah, like how I did the Intercontinental title one? Because he wasn't world champion yet. I don't like them sons of bitches for getting the wrong fucking pictures up. Austin wins it with a lot of votes. Flair's second, Michael's third, Sting's fourth, Hogan's fifth, Dallas Page, Ricky Chosu, Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Undertaker, and La Parka. They let throw La Parka always in there randomly. You notice that? Like it's like, we don't really care about you, but we're gonna throw you in there. We'll throw you a little bone there. So I guess for you, I would say Austin also.
Actually,
Sting. Yeah, that's fair enough. Big year. Well, he doesn't wrestle, but I remember a
little bit.
That fucking man, they killed that. Don't even get me started on that Starrcade main event. That whole pay-per-view was dog shit. Like ruined. That pay-per-view. Before we get into our mentions, I want to say something about that. Being a pretty big WCW guy back then, and I was a mark. I knew it was obviously not real, but I was a mark for I enjoyed the story part of WCW back then, right? And I was all for that. I was pumped, man. I ordered that pay-per-view. I was stoked Sting and Hogan finally, and that match sucked. It was so bad. That's what really started kill my interest in that company. That pay-per-view really made me start thinking, I don't know about this company, dude.
Well, there'd be no payoffs. Like you'd have these long angles that just like, if anything, it's modern day WWE where it's like, oh, we need more heat, brother. We need more heat. Like eventually the fans just will disappear because they realize that their baby faces are neutered.
Yeah. Well, no, that was a real bad situation. Anyway, go ahead with your honorable mentions.
Well, I don't have honorable mentions, but I do have runners up. First runner up is Steve Austin. Second runner up is Ric Flair, and third runner up is Diamond Dallas Page.
Fair enough. All right, so we're now throwing our commercial on real quick here. Let's throw this.
究極のプロレスゲーム登場。あのバーチャファイターも参戦。ドリームマッチ実現。全日本プロレスフューチャリングバーチャ 10.23。
That was Virtual Pro 1, I think, is what that was. Yeah,
I never played that.
Well, I mean, you have 2, so I mean, there's really no reason to play 1. I mean, 2.
Well, now I have a question for you. Who do you think got it right there, the Observer readers or the PWI readers? I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Sting was pretty hot, man. Sting was a pretty big deal in 97. Austin, I'm going to go Sting because I feel like Austin, actually, no, because Austin had a whole good year. I mean, he really came on and he won the Rumble. I mean, technically he didn't win it, but he won it. Austin, that's real hard, man. That's a hard one. I don't want to give it a tie.
Like, I can see a case either way. Like, with Sting, you should say, well,
he didn't wrestle.
He didn't wrestle. With Austin, you could say he was a heel in Canada and the rest of the world. You know, so.
Well, I don't think he was more. I don't think he was more of a heel like overseas. I know Brett used that line, but he was definitely a heel in Canada.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Sting. I mean, it's a tough one. I'll go with Sting on that one because he was over like a motherfucker, man. So was Austin. Austin definitely, but I mean, 98 is what really took Austin over the top. Like that's where he went. But I mean, he was still once 98 hit. I remember watching Rumble 98, knowing Austin's gonna win this. There's no doubt about it, right?
Okay.
So so we are gonna jump into the next one. Is gonna be where am I at? For you, it is get my format sheet up. Comeback Wrestler of the Year, and for me, it's most underrated. So, Comeback Wrestler of the Year for you, I'm going to say the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Actually,
who do you got there? I can't see that. Sting. Oh, Bret Hart.
Yep.
What do you mean comeback? What the fuck? He wrestled. Oh, yeah, he wasn't around 96. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Bret Hart wins it, holding the plaque with the WF title. He wins the Comeback of the Year with 20,950 votes. First runner-up is Kurt Hennig with 18,082 votes. Second runner-up, Brian Pillman with 15,388 votes. Third runner-up is Ric Flair with 10,943 votes. And honorable mentions totaling 9,838 votes included Crush, Ahmed Johnson, Kama Mustafa, Roddy Piper, George Steele, Scott Steiner, and Alex Wright.
Man, they're really fucking grabbing for people here at the end. Crush, really? I mean, I guess. Okay. That's interesting. Most underrated wrestler for me, that's the category. Replacing comeback wrestler.
Is it Benoit?
Hold on.
Oh.
Flash Funk gets it with... Okay, he wins it. Benoit's second, Psychosis is third, Al Snow... Sorry. Juventude's fourth, Al Snow is fifth, La Parca is sixth, Jericho's seventh, Candido, Johnny Smith, Marcus Bagwell, honorable mention Ultimo Dragon, Silver King, and Billy Kidman. And we got one more to go before halftime. This one here is Feud of the Year. And I go first, so you pick what you think my Feud of the Year is.
Is it WCW versus NWO? Oh.
Versus the Heart Foundation. It's Austin versus the Heart Foundation. As you can tell, I got all the Heart Foundation in the picture, so it's kind of a little picture. Yeah, so they win Feud of the Year. Let me go look at it here. So that's the Feud of the Year. Second runner-up is WCW versus NWO. Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. Anita and Kazimoto versus Liger and Samurai. New Japan versus NWO. Mitsunoku Saigan versus. Did you mean
Otani and Kanemoto?
Yeah. Did I say it wrong? Okay.
You said Onita.
Okay. Mitsunoku Pro and Kai and Tai DNX. Diamond Dallas Page and Randy Savage. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Jerry Lawler and ECW. Sabu against Taz. Dean against Eddie. Shawn Michaels and Taker. And Matsuhiro Misawa and Takashi Kawada. How do you pronounce his first name? I would say Kawada.
Toshiaki
Kawada. Okay. So yeah, that's the feud of the year. So for your feud of the year, I'm gonna guess that's just a lot, eh? Sting and Hogan. I can't see it. What is it? Oh, Dallas Page and Savage. Yeah. That is some kick-ass fucking shit right there. I mean, they did have some really good shit. Go ahead.
Macho Man and DDP win it with 23,220 votes. I should have told you to wear your hat. First runner-up is Steve Austin versus Bret Hart. Second runner-up is Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper. Third runner-up is Sabu versus Taz. And honorable mentions totaling 10,776 votes included Steve Austin versus Owen Hart, Paul Bearer versus Undertaker, Chris Benoit versus Kevin Sullivan, Tommy Dreamer versus Jerry Lawler, Farouk versus Ahmed Johnson, the Godwins versus the Road Warriors, Goldust versus Brian Pillman, Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan versus Lex Luger, Jeff Jarrett versus Steve McMichael, and Raven versus Sandman. So pretty much if you wrestled each other in 97, somebody voted for you.
I'll tell you, man, looking at these feuds of the year, first off, the one I pick, and that's really hard because Austin Hart is awesome, and DDP and Savage is awesome.
It made DDP.
It's like, I'm real close to going with DDP and Savage because I love that feud. But I have to go Austin as the Hart Nation because that was just like amazing. I mean, DDP, listen, I remember him and Savage wrestling, and I had to work the next morning super early, so I couldn't watch it. And the next day, because I had the internet, I got up and looked at the results and seen that Savage lost, and it blew my mind. I couldn't believe that DDP beat him. It was like, oh my, and like, God bless Savage for that because Savage, man, DDP owes that guy everything for his career. Yeah. I mean, DDP was getting up there anyway. Like late '96, DDP was really coming to his own. But that was one hell of a kick-ass feud.
It put him over the hump because a lot of guys, and you know this from being a WCW watcher, they may get wins over each other, but it didn't really matter until you beat like the big dogs. You know, until you got those victories, you were just a guy on the card, a fresh body.
And that crowd, man, when he won that match, that crowd exploded. Like, you know, and we're gonna get into the halftime thing in a second. But you look at, like, that's where WCW doesn't get enough credit. They could take guys, man, like Malenko was over, huge in WCW. Jericho, I mean, yeah, they fucked them in the end. But guys that, like, WWE would never, ever in their right mind put over. Like, again, we talked about one of the other ones where the Battle Royal, when Malenko unmasked to wrestle Jericho, that place explodes like it's a main event angle. They were awesome like that. Like, I mean, that's the thing. And I mean, you know what? I will give AEW their credit and their props. Maybe I didn't rip on WWE, but listen, at least with them, they get over, like, guys, I don't know, man. I watched Dynamite tonight and it was a good 2 hours, you know. Yeah. And they get guys over that I give a shit. I don't give one fucking shit with Seth Rollins and that stupid ass fan. Oh, it was booked by Vince and fucking Goldberg. Go fuck yourself. If you're listening to this, go fuck yourself. You're an idiot. You're an absolute moron. And you're lucky you went after Seth because if you went after someone else, they would have killed you fucking idiot. Like, go get checked into somewheres. And everyone's like, oh, he's making fun of mental health. I'm making fun of a fucking idiot who jumps a railing. You know what, dude? If you're all fucked up like that, don't go into public. Go get help, you idiot. But anyway, enough of that. Let's jump into that. Go ahead.
And let me just say the real bad guys in this situation, the security in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. That's the same area where that guy came and attacked Brett during his Hall of Fame speech. You would think, okay, so first time I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But now, how do you get caught with your pants down twice?
Well, they don't give a shit. Yeah, they're fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. Anyway, let's jump into the halftime show. So this is kind of winging it. We were talking this before in the pre-production meeting during the anger of the copyright issues, which is fucking great. We had to actually re-record some shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. We might have to re-record some stuff. But anyway, so we're gonna talk about guys who kind of got their. You explain it. You explain how we're going to do it.
Sure. Individuals who you can say 1997 was their best year in professional wrestling.
Okay, so I
think we should go back and forth.
Okay, I'm gonna go DDP right away. Start.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I think 97 is his best year because the momentum was going there in 96.
Yeah,
and sure, he won his world title in '99, but at that point, who was watching.
Yeah, no one gave it. Everyone won the world title in '99. Didn't matter who was. Yeah,
unless you're Goldberg.
Yeah. No, he had a great year. I mean, again, that Savage feud put him right over the top, and he went from being a guy that, like you said, you're beating people, beat Savage superstar, like instantly you're now a superstar. Here you go. So yeah, definitely. And his yoga's kick ass, by the way. I should start doing it more as my fat fuck. But anyway, go ahead to yours.
I think Bret Hart's best year was 1997, and like from January till November. I mean,
he was great.
A case to be made. He was the best in the world, and he was the best. And this isn't like being the best in the world in 2015.
Yeah,
this isn't like being the best in the world in 2002. This is being the best in the world in a year that was arguably the best year in the history of professional wrestling. That's the case behind Bret being the GOAT for me, because you take the best year. He was the most interesting performer, because you knew shit was going to happen when he came out there. And
go ahead.
Great.
So let me just jump into that, the Bret thing, because I was when I originally had set up the format for this podcast, I had video clips, but obviously I had to take them down. And one of the clips I have for you the year was going to be the ambulance one. Remember when Austin gets him in the ambulance? And I mean, that was so great, because like Bret sold like a beast. Owen and Davey were awesome in that segment too, which they don't get a lot of credit for. I mean, Bret killed it that year. The whole acting like a baby, getting pissed off. Like I watched the Rumble, because it's funny, because I watched Hell in a Cell yesterday. Went out, you know how it rolls. It keeps rolling. The YouTube thing keeps going. Came back and Rumble was on 97. Well, whatever, let it roll. And the finish where Austin comes in and eliminates Bret. And Bret like looks like he plays it awesome. He looks like he's gonna kill somebody. Like he's legitimately pissed. And it's, we all know it is, but it's a disbelief. Like maybe he is pissed. Like, is he really mad? Maybe he is mad.
That was the joy of it, because Bret always believed. Like even back to like 90, when you look at him being when he loses to DiBiase in the Survivor Series,
he says fuck. Yeah,
because he fucking believes it, and when he believes it, you're gonna believe it. And I know like guys like Scott Hall say that he's a mark for himself, but
I believe that too. I do believe that he's a mark for himself.
But you're rewarded. Like it pays off, because when you watch it years later, you're not like, oh well, he's smiling at the camera, or like he's chewing gum. Like when fucking Michaels lost to Austin, he's sitting there,
chewing gum. Yeah, it's a
get out of here.
It's a dick move. No, I agree. What the hell's this thing doing? Go lay down. My cat's an idiot. I shouldn't have given me attention. I was like, hey, what are you doing? Okay, so the next one, I'm gonna go Taker. We talked. I kind of stole that from you, but Taker had a pretty good year. I still believe, like, at least I'll say this about Taker. 97 compared to what I had before. You look in the 90s, he's fucking Giant Gonzalez, Bundy, Kama Mustafa. Like, put me to fucking sleep. Diesel was good in 96. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the Kane, as much as we don't like Kane, at least it was an interesting angle. And it was like, it built up. But built up a little too long, I found. They kind of dragged it on. Yeah,
but it did humanize Taker. But you had to. With the Bret and Austin stuff going on, you couldn't have a guy that's shooting lightning out of his fingers on the same show, because it was such a disconnect.
Exactly.
Taker in 97 is easily the most rewatchable for me.
Because he has that match with Vader, and Bret match with Bret at SummerSlam.
He's great in the Final Four match. He's good in the Hell in a Cell. Yep. Yeah. I have no complaints with Taker 97 at all.
Oh, definitely. You go ahead with your next one.
I'm going to say Eddie Guerrero.
You son of a bitch. You actually stole it from me. You stole it from me. I'm pretty pissed about that. But, I mean, that match with him he's had tons of really good matches. But him and Ray at Halloween Havoc.
Yep.
One of our mutual. Go ahead.
I was just saying, don't get me wrong. I love Eddie in 95 and 96 as the spunky babyface.
Yeah.
But
he's awesome as that creepy heel.
Oh, when he's just. He nails it the first time he walks out there, and he's just like shows disgust to the crowd, and you could he was, and in the ring he never lost it. Like he was always good in the ring. Like Eddie and Bret are two guys where you can't say, well, this is when they start to decline.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Bret got kicked on the head. That's when his decline. I know with Eddie, a friend of ours, which we won't mention names. I don't want him coming after us copyright. He loves Eddie and Ray. That's his favorite match of all time. And that was it was a really good match. And I mean, Like I remember the DDT spot. It was just like bam, bam, bam. Like they did it extremely well. I'll say it's getting tough now. We'll have to 4. I almost want to say Mysterio.
You know, I think his 96 is better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. I'll remember 10 guys when we're done recording.
Yeah, that's
I'll be like, oh, this is this guy. Let me see. Let me think. I said DDP already. I'm just trying to picture guys in my head. Like the top guys. Not Foley's full. I think Foley's 99. Probably.
Really? Oh, see, I think Foley's 93. I think he's really good then. Stuff with Vader.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody. It's gonna drive me crazy because I know people watch this. Is like when I watch things, like, wait a second, you son of a bitch. Here's 7 guys. Like, yeah, because you're not sitting here on the spot thinking, asshole.
Yeah.
If you got another person, you go ahead and say them.
There's a few guys going around in my head, but like nothing that I feel 100% on, because I think that a case could be made for another year that you could say, well, what about this year? But a couple that just popped in there were Perry Saturn.
Yep.
And honestly, the New Age Outlaws.
Well, no, they were good. They were good in 97. I mean, the early 97, they were shit. But once they came, because once they when they originally started, I thought it was a very cool angle. I liked it. It was
so
really
do I. It's just a year is 12 months, and you
can't really
probably
because
the first half was garbage. Yeah. So.
Anyway, all right. So that was go ahead. Anything else?
Well, a case to be made for Austin too.
Yeah, but 98. I'd say 98.
Yeah, but his ring style was more brawling.
Still.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go. Listen, Austin's great in 97. Austin's great in 94, 93.
Yeah.
You know. So, all right, let's hop back into the awards. Actually, we'll do one more commercial here. Break it up a little bit. Let's. I don't know if I showed this one or not.
プランチャー2プラトンバトルロイヤルスーパーファミコン全日本プロレスダッシュ世界最強タッグ登場メサイア
Hope don't hit with that. See that green light that was coming across during that commercial? You didn't see it, did you?
No.
Look at I'm showing again real quick. Watch.
プランチャー
Hope don't hit me with fucking copyright on that. Oh, that's DX. That's DX copyright. Fucking Vince will come to my house. Fuck DX. You want to talk about over fucking rated? That's DX for you. All right.
Although 97 was when they were at their peak.
Yeah. Or like, fuck them. I still have watched Triple H feed a little bit. He's gone a little bit, but you are such a little punk bitch. If you didn't marry Stephanie, you'd be fucking doing them years ago. Anyway, all right, enough anger. Let's jump back into the awards. We're gonna go to Tag Team of the Year. You went last time, so I'll let you go for a pick for you. Harlem Heat. Oh, not Hall and Kevin Nash. Okay.
Yeah, Hall and Nash, and something's going on with your mic.
What do you mean? Can you hear it better now?
Yeah, you're fine now. Beforehand, it was weird. Yeah, so Outsiders win it with 24,793 votes. First runner-up are the Steiners with 19,563 votes. Second runner-up is the Road Warriors with 14,101 votes. Third runner-up is Lex Luger and the Giant with 6,900.
Was that a smoking Giant or was that 98 Giant when he was smoking?
That was 98 when he.
That's some hard shit to find on YouTube. I wanted to watch it one time to get a laugh, and you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, you can't smoke on YouTube. Honorable mentions for a total.
That's why I got in shit.
That's why you vape. For 9,501 votes include the Dudleys, the Godwins, Harlem Heat, Owen Hart and Davey Boy Smith, the Headbangers, and Sabu and Rob Van Dam.
All right. So guess mine.
Is it the Holy Demon Army?
It is Misawa and Akiyama.
Oh, okay.
Again, I love Japanese stuff. I don't know year to year for the life of me. But Holy Demon Army got number 2. Kawada and Tau. Kabashi and Ace is 3. Asuka Mita and Shomana. I don't know who the fuck that is. This is number 3 or 4. Otani and Keijimoto is 5. Owen Hart and Davey Boy Smith. Perry Saturn, John Kronos, Rick Steiner, and Scott Steiner. And Keijimoto and Masahiro Chono is 9. So with that, I mean, even though I didn't see Akiyama Masawa, I've seen something that's probably kick-ass. I'm picking them, man. Fuck Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. I mean, nothing against Kevin Nash. I actually have a soft spot for Kevin Nash. I don't care. I can care less for Scott Hall. But they're not better than fucking Akiyama and Masawa by any stretch of the imagination. I know Kevin Nash to be like, oh, they filled a 17-seat arena and they had a 9-star. Yeah, because I like watching pro wrestling, you fucking douchebag. So shut the fuck up. If you don't like it, fuck off. And I won't watch Raw Monday or Tuesday or SmackDown on Friday, you fucker.
Well, this is I know this will air like well out of time, but this is the SmackDown following Survivor Series. So you sure you want to miss it? I mean,
I'm positive. I want to miss it.
The Survivor Series fallout. You don't want
to. Anyway, enough of that jazz. Let's jump into the next award because we're kind of going. I don't mind that we're going a little bit long. It's okay. We're gonna go to most hated wrestler of the year, and for me, it's most overrated wrestler. I'm gonna guess Shawn Michaels for you. Brett's the most hated wrestler. Okay.
Yeah. Bret Hart wins most hated with 21,558 votes. First runner-up is Hulk Hogan with 21,038 votes, so neck and neck there. Second runner-up is Owen Hart with 8,954 votes. Third runner-up is Kurt Hennig with 7,013 votes. And that really lends credence to my thought that a lot of these votes came in during the summertime.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions totaling 16,338 votes include Farouk, Eddie Guerrero, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Jerry Lawler, Rocky Maivia, Steve McMichael, Shawn Michaels, Sabu, Randy Savage, Davey Boy Smith, Rob Van Dam, Savio Vega, and Alex Wright.
Jesus Christ, everyone, like basically every fucking heel is in there. Okay, so
people are over.
Yep. Mine is most overrated. That's mine pick. That's what I put for in the wake of best heel. Sorry.
Is it Hogan?
Yes, it is. Mr. Hollywood Hulk Hogan is most overrated. Lex Luger is second. Kevin Nash is third. Roddy Piper, Sid, Kazuki Sasaki, Triple H, Steve McMichael, Shane Douglas, Scott Hall, The Giant, Taz, and The Sandman. Hold tight there. I'm just going to get some water. Just talk about something. I'm not editing it. I'll be like 10 seconds.
All right.
Talk about our band we got.
Yeah, we got banned. If you were one of the lucky few who were able to see 2003, it was 2003, before the lovely folks at World Wrestling Entertainment, Titan Sports, Capital Wrestling had us pulled. I know that Jack Tunney was involved in that somehow.
Oh, someone put some money in his pocket. Someone put money in his pocket. I want to know. It was probably fucking Meltzer. That son of a bitch Meltzer probably did it. Because they're like talking shit about him. I guarantee he's the guy behind it. That's all right, Meltzer, you fucker. Yeah, Mr. Junk Food Dog and boy steroid. But yeah,
is on the list.
When I got the call from you, it was a mad fucking panic. Join Dynamite too. When I'm trying to enjoy Dynamite, you fucking call me join Dynamite and tell me this shit. Anyway, let's go to the next commercial. This is a fun one. I want you to pay attention to this one. You'll like this one.
Wow, Kurt Angle.
Keep the change.
Thanks.
Whoa, what's gotten into this pizza? Hey!
Come on.
They square off. Tomato drop kicks. Pepper scoops him into an airplane spin. Big slam.
Fresh pepper!
Pizza outlet. The taste that screams fresh.
Oh, man, that was beautiful.
How fucking stupid was that?
Didn't quite have the acting chops yet that he would eventually get and star in Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies and stuff like that.
Listen, give that guy credit. When he went for a guy who went to wrestle, when he went to wrestling, I mean, he caught on fucking fast.
Like
it got good. It got good, really, really good, really, really fast. So we'll give Angle a lot of credit. Right then, he's just a goofy looking cat. A year after winning the gold medal. All right, So we've done most. Hey, let's go to most improved wrestler. Kind of put that a little later in the show this time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can guess mine, and if you guess them all, I'll probably give you $20. But
is it Amori?
no, Tadasu Kawaya. I cannot pronounce his fucking last name. I'll put the goddamn picture up, and you can guess.
Oh.
So we have him winning it. Sorry for butchering the name, everybody, but that's just the way it goes. I don't speak Japanese anymore. The Rock wins it with second. Marcus Bagwell, Ken Shamrock, Koji Kanemoto, Alex Wright, Yoshihiro Tajiri, Disco Inferno, and then it was Sting. Who the fuck voted that? And then honorable mention Johnny Smith, Mortis, Yuji Nagata, Hayabusa. Yeah, so that's that. Your most improved. I'm gonna go with The Rock.
Almost. Ken Shamrock.
Oh yeah, there's a rock at the end of it. I guess I think I got half it right.
Yeah. Okay. Ken Shamrock wins it with 20,834 votes. First runner-up is Steve Mongo McMichael with 16,341 votes.
By the way, but Steve wasn't that bad. He wasn't as horrible as people thought he was. Mongo sucked in the ring, but he was really good at getting you hyped up.
Oh yeah. Second runner-up are the Headbangers with 12,396 votes. Third runner-up is Alex Wright with 8,893 votes. And honorable mentions for a total of 16,737 votes include Chris Candido, the Dudleys, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Chris Jericho, John Cronus, Six, and Rob Van Dam.
Okay. So the next one that I'm going to go with, and this will be for you, Editors Awards. So that one there is basically, I'm going to go with Pillman. Anderson. Oh, because of the retirement. That's weird that they didn't put Pillman in there. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Arn Anderson wins it.
Was it the Anderson Tully Blanchard thing tonight?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Arn can't go physically, so they always have to have somebody come in right at the last second to stop it.
Yeah. So anyway, Anderson, there's no runner-ups or anything like that, right?
No.
Just that.
No.
Okay, my category is reader's favorite wrestler.
Is it Benoit?
It is Benoit. Yeah. Benoit wins it. I'll go over here and grab. So Benoit wins it. Second is Flair, Austin, Michaels, Miami Toyota, Otani, Justin Liger, Super Dolphin, Rey Mysterio, and Bret Hart. All right. So we're going to grab another one here. I got that. I think I'm basically at this is the last one. This is the last commercial. So here you go. That was really quick. That was
really quick.
That was really quick. I edited that fucking bam. But whatever. You got a second of it. That was Virtual Pro, I think. I don't know. But anyway. I love Japanese wrestling games. They're fucking awesome. Okay, so the next award, we're going to jump right through. This one is Match of the Year. And I'm guessing, we already talked about this. So
yeah,
Austin and Brett for you, Austin and Brett for me. So you show your thing. There you go.
Awesome.
I got my thing right here. And I'll tell you something, dude. It's interesting because I had purchased my house about 2 years ago. I get the picture there.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about this match. We're going to go into this a little bit because I did some little bit of researching and stuff. So I bought my house 2 years ago. And I wanted to put pictures up around my house that would be cool. I'm going to take my phone real quick and show you a picture of my dining room. Oh, it's whatever. So that's a picture I have in my house. It's a harness, it's a picture. And this over here, you can see back here is a trophy. So I want to put some cool things up. And I got that and stuff. And I thought to myself, I want to put some cool pro wrestling pictures up. And I really considered strongly getting the Austin picture when he's pushing up with the blood coming on his face. But then I thought, oh man, do I want to put that in my house? Like people see that? Like
yes,
like a framed picture. How cool would that be? Or even get like
I got a framed Brett one right here.
Yeah, I know. Don't you remember who got that for you?
Yeah, my ex.
And I was involved in you getting that, so go suck it in. But I'll tell you something, and then we'll get into the matches. I thought that maybe like Mania 3 poster framed, something really cool. Even like, because Haynes Stampede, I love it, but it's so corny looking. I always thought that's a cool thing. Like the harness thing is really cool. That's my grandfather's first win in that big race, which is really neat. And but this match, come on, it's Austin and Brett from May 13. Like, there's no question it's the best match of the year. Probably one of the best matches of the decade.
It's the best WWE match of all time. I know some people are like yourself or Sean Taker fans.
Wait, before we go any further, Sean Taker won from the May 25. That concept had never really been done with the kickouts and all that shit. Now, fuck that match now. I've seen that. Well, no, because I've seen it a million times with every other match. But I mean, at the time, it was awesome. Not anymore. It was still a good match, but go ahead, keep talking. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
Yeah, I agree with what Cornette said. Cornette said that it was wrestled like an NWA match.
Yep.
And you could put this match in any era. 60s, 70s, 80s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, and I don't know how it was not the match of the card, depending on the card. Like, you'd have to have a really great match to trump it. Like, it's not my favorite match of all time, but if it is somebody's favorite match, you're not wrong. I can't argue with it. I can't say, oh, that match sucks.
Yeah. No, it was great. And I've watched it a lot of times. And when we went into this year, we talked about, let's watch some other matches. So I watched number 2 and number 3 and number 4 on my end. So I'll tell you my runner-ups, and then you can go to yours. Or we can do it. But you go to yours first, and then I'll go to mine. Tell me your runner-ups.
So Austin and Hart win it. There's no number given here. That's a mistake in PWI's.
Or they just no one else voted for anything else. It's just that match.
First runner-up is Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr. with 18,278 votes. Second runner-up is Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, with 13,434 votes. Third runner-up is Terry Funk versus The Sandman versus Stevie Richards with 7,266 votes. And honorable mentions for a total of 16,601 votes include, from January 25th, Eddie Guerrero versus Six. From February 16th, Steve Austin versus Bret Hart versus Undertaker versus Big Van Vader. No. From February 23rd, Chris Benoit versus Kevin Sullivan. From March 16, Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko. From April 13, Sabu versus Taz. June 15, Dallas Page versus Randy Savage. July 6th, Steve Austin, Goldust, Shamrock, Road Warriors against Hart Foundation. July 13, Benoit versus Kevin Sullivan. August 3, Austin versus Owen. August 17, Shane Douglas versus Terry Funk versus Sabu. It's a pretty good year.
Oh, I'll tell you something. I kept cutting you off there. You could literally take all them matches and put them on a comp card and like a comp tape and be like, holy fuck, that's really good. Because there's a few not great ones. Yeah. But I mean, Jesus Christ, Savage and fucking DDP is like halfway down the honorable mention list. Which is like, maybe it's just a soft spot for me. But I'll tell you, like, some kick-ass shit. So mine goes Austin and Brett. I've seen it tons of times. I'd have to rewatch it. But I could. It was fucking great. I watched the Masahiro Misawa and Kenta Kobashi January 20th from Osaka, Japan. Osaka, that's what. Okay, anyway. Really good match. Oh, awesome. It's Misawa Kobashi. It's going to be fucking awesome. But the whole thing of the match is Kobashi's working on Misawa's arm. The entire match. I mean, he goes into a fucking armbar. The place goes crazy. The place is going nuts. Like, he's going to his arm.
He's trying to stop that elbow, that roaring elbow.
Well, let me tell you that, because I mean, I don't care if you don't want to hear the finish, turn it off. So they're doing the whole thing. That's the purpose of it. Well, I mean, it's like 20 minutes of that. They start hitting their big spots. Kobashi hits Misawa on the arm. Misawa's like in pain. Grabs Kobashi, gives it the Tiger Driver 91. Goes to pin him. Kobashi kicks out, hits him with the roaring elbow, pins him for the Triple Crown. Goes, Kobashi's the champion. It's like with the elbow. And the cool thing about that match was...
Oh, Kobashi hit Misawa.
Oh, sorry, Misawa hit Kobashi. Kobashi was champion, and Misawa hit him with the elbow. That Kobashi was working on the entire match. And one of the cool things was in that Kobashi hit Misawa with a powerbomb, and goes to pin him. Misawa kicks out, goes back over without even doing that move, grabs both legs and pulls back to pin him a second time. Awesome match. I mean, Austin Brett is definitely, it's better, but I mean, again, it's the same thing. As someone could argue that and make a good point of it. I talked about Taker and Shawn. I watched that. That's really, really good. Eddie and Ray, again, that's an awesome one for Halloween Havoc. That's a runner-up. Masahiro Misawa and Kawada. Don't know the match. It's probably great. El Samurai and Kajimoto is probably awesome. Then we have a tag with Masahiro Misawa and Akiyama against Tawu and Kawada. Great Sasuke, Great Hama. I can't pronounce the last name. Dick Toga, Takuma Shinoku, Man's Tao in Philly. That's from ECW? Six-man?
Yeah, they had a match. They had a match at Barely Legal. They also had a match at the Arena, which I think made TV beforehand as well.
Masahiro Misawa against Kabashi on October 21st. Juice and Liger against Atani. Honorable mention, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels from Montreal. That's funny. The 10-man tag doesn't get a lot of props, man. The 10-man tag is fucking awesome.
I love it.
But I think I rewatched that too, and I can see where it doesn't get, because there is a slow period in it, in the middle. It does get a little slow. I can see why it doesn't get that. But yeah, I mean, oh, dude, like that's some awesome matches. Like that 97 had some kick-ass matches in it, and 98 is really good too. 98 does really well, but 97 is cream of the crop. All right, so last one for the main awards is going to be the Wrestler of the Year, and you got to pick mine first. So I'm first to go.
Is it Misawa?
It is Misawa. And I'll tell you, man, it's funny because, when I went to go watch Misawa Kabashi match, I haven't really watched anything from them in a long time. And I thought, man, am I going to be kind of like, it's not as good as it was because I'm so used to false finishes now? It's still so fucking good, man. Yeah. Like, they're still so good, dude.
The crowd helps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And just, like, watching, and that's the other thing. I'm a big fan of watching. I like looking in the crowd a lot. I'm a big fan. I don't know why I do it. I just do it. And, man, like, the smallest things gets them so pumped up because they're so smart with the way they work. Misawa's the fucking shit. Like, Misawa's awesome. So, yeah, that's the winner. Runner-up, Bret Hart. Kenta Kobashi, Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Hashimoto, Atani, Kenzimoto, Kawada, Mysterio, Juice and Liger, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, and the last one doesn't count. It's not a pro wrestler, Maurice Smith. So, your pro wrestler of the year is, I'm going to call it Bret Hart. Pillman? Who's that? Don't show me an action figure. Luger. Oh my god.
Lex Luger wins Wrestler of the Year in 1997, according to PWI readers.
That shit. That is awesome.
Lex Luger wins Wrestler of the Year in 1997, according to the PWI readers.
They're on crack.
My mind was blown. And I had this magazine as a kid. I remember, and I remember thinking, "What?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous."
Because he had the title for 5 days.
Does he make my? Hold on a second. Does he make my list at all? He doesn't
Probably
make my
not.
list.
No.
So go ahead.
Yeah, Lex Luger wins with 22,754 votes. First runner-up is Steve Austin with 19,928 votes. Second runner-up is The Undertaker with 11,145 votes. And third runner-up is Dallas Page with 7,046 votes. Brett got fucked. Honorable,
like hard.
Honorable mentions.
He probably commented to that.
Honorable mentions totaling 13,028 votes include Shane Douglas, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Shinya Hashimoto, Hulk Hogan, Dean Malenko, Shawn Michaels, Mitsuharu Misawa, Taz, and Psycho Sid Vicious.
That's fucked up. So I'm picking Misawa. I'm picking Misawa. Let's get it right. I'm just saying. I mean, I could be wrong, but what the fuck they were thinking picking Luger? Jesus Christ, man. Like, that's fucked. He wasn't even over it, for fuck's sakes, at the end of the year. Where's he at the end of the year? Like, doing tag matches?
He's getting ready for a match against Savage that somehow main events their best pay-per-view of the year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you. Gotta love to have that stroke, right? Come on, put me on at the end. We got Flair and Brett. No. I'll close the show. Don't worry about Flair and Brett.
So you went in the votes or the categories where they had similar categories. You went 3-2 for the Observer.
Okay, well, yeah, that last one was a real breaking point. That was a fucked up. Okay, so let's jump into your predictions for 1998.
Yes. So here's what the lovely Pro Wrestling Illustrated readers predicted. I'm going to do 4 predictions here from the fans. First up, we have Mankind will begin to use the nickname the Man of 1,000 Personalities. Dusty and Dustin Rhodes will team again, this time calling themselves Dusted, the Gold and the Old. China will go on to become the first female to win the WWF World title. Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Sergeant Slaughter will become involved in a very violent snout versus chin match, with Hunter winning by a nose.
God, that's so stupid.
Rocky Johnson will unknowingly be caught on live television chanting "Die, Rocky, die." The Undertaker and Kane will reconcile and win the WWF World Tag Team title.
Did they win in 98?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I mean, it's possible. You know how it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if they did, maybe.
I'm going to take a look here. You keep going. I'm going to see because I got to find that out for myself now.
Sure. Vince McMahon will proudly promote his new saying, "Vinny 316, I just kissed your butt." Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and Shawn Michaels will form their own promotion. That was Steve Carrasco from Riverside, California.
All right, Stevie boys. So let me just jump in here real quick. I got it up, hopefully. Well, if my computer crashes, it probably fucking will. Because it looks like I'm crashing. 98, 98, 98, 98, 98. We're going down, down, down. 98. They do not. They do not. It goes... Hold on, so I'll tell you quickly what it is. 98, it goes Cactus and Chainsaw Charlie. What the fuck did they... No, sorry. New Age Outlaws. 1 in 97. Fuck it. Who cares about the tag team titles, to be totally honest? I know I don't. Okay, let's jump into the next one.
Hulk Hogan will defend his WCW World title a record 5 times. WCW Personality will show a copy of Eric Bischoff's birth certificate during a Nitro broadcast, revealing that Eric's real first name is Ken. In the weirdest match ever, Mankind will wrestle Dude Love to a double disqualification in a bout featuring interference from Cactus Jack.
Oh my God, come on, people. That's fucking stupid.
I know. Vince McMahon will finally defend himself when a wrestler attacks him. The WWF will finally decide on one name for in-your-house pay-per-views. Bastion Booger, Tatanka, Duke Droese, and Doink the Clown will all return to the WWF. Yokozuna will go to the WCW and eat the entire Cruiserweight division. Steve Austin will use a Stone Cold Stunner on himself. And that was Tom Daniels from Fitchburg, Massachusetts.
Let me ask something about these predictions. They get a bunch of these in. These are the best ones they can come up with to fucking put in the magazine. Like, seriously?
Well, I mean, be thankful that soon in the future, these will be gone. We won't have these. I remember when we did the 06 episode, it was bare bones, Scotty.
Yeah, I know. Maybe keep going.
Steve Austin will win the Royal Rumble and then the WWF World title at WrestleMania.
Well, that's not hard to figure that one out. But good for that person for being honest. I mean, fucking knew that like in the goddamn fall, for crying out loud. Keep going.
And here's another one. Flash Funk will change his name back to Too Cold Scorpio. He's wrong about this one, though. And join the Nation of Domination. Eddie Guerrero, Alex Wright, and Rob Van Dam will replace Vincent, Keiji Muto, and Masachono in the NWO. Gang warfare will escalate in the WWF when the NWO tries to take that promotion over as well. Roddy Piper will challenge Steve Austin to a match and get his butt kicked. The WWF European title will be renamed the WWF United States title. Deion Sanders, Mike Tyson, and Albert Bell will join the NWO, but none of them will ever wrestle a match. The WCW-WWF war will continue on Mondays and also Fridays. That was Jason Pruitt from Rosebud, Texas. So he's almost right there a couple of times. And
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And last, but certainly not least, Hulk Hogan will forfeit the WCW title because of his hectic defense schedule. Disco Inferno will lose the TV title to Jacqueline, then regain it in a shake your booty match.
Oh my God. It's not 99 yet, people. Let's calm the fuck down. Give it a year.
Arn Anderson will make a surprise comeback at Starrcade. Kevin Nash will become WCW champion before the end of 98. The WWF will finally surpass the WCW in the Monday night ratings.
It happens, yeah.
Bret Hart will form an alliance with Steve Austin. The whimpering Shawn Michaels will leave the WWF and make a surprise appearance in WCW, where he'll defeat Jacqueline for the WCW TV title because he wants to be the only person to ever hold the WWF World Tag Intercontinental European and WCW TV titles. That was Daryl Simpson from Red Deer, Alberta.
Thanks, Daryl. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that. Okay. So, we're going to jump into my secondary awards.
Sure.
Most Outstanding Wrestler. This is your picking.
Is it Kobashi?
Masawa. Mysterio's number 2. Biggest box office draw.
So Masawa?
Hogan. Hashimoto's second. Austin's third. Feud of the year I already have. Oh, shit, I didn't take these ones out. My bad. Give me a second here. Best on interviews.
Austin,
yeah. Best technical wrestler.
Benoit.
Dean Malenko. The Bruiser Brody Memorial Award.
Is it Mankind?
Mankind, Benoit second. Tommy Dreamer's third. Best flying wrestler.
Ray.
Takuma Shinoko's second. Great Sasuke is third. Most overrated we already did. Most underrated we already did. Best promotion.
Is it New Japan?
It is New Japan, which is funny to me because they didn't really even vote for anything. Like, I don't understand how they're the best promotion.
I know, it's so crazy. Like, they always win like TV show of the year and stuff, but they never win any fucking awards.
Yeah, it's odd. All Japan's second. WCW is third. ECW is fourth. WWF's 5. I get WWF early 97 was bad, but it's I don't know, man. Like,
it's their best year.
Yeah. Well, the early stuff's rough, but like, it's good. Best TV show.
New Japan.
Yeah, New Japan. All Japan's second. Monday Night was third. ECW is fourth. Raw is fifth. Match of the year we already did. We already did Rookie of the Year. Best television announcer.
Is it Joey Styles?
Mike Tenay.
Okay.
Joey Styles is second. Jim Ross is third. Jim Cornette is fifth. Worst television announcer.
Is it Corey Macklin?
Dusty.
Oh.
Rick Rude's second. Eric Bischoff's third. Lee Marshall's fourth. Larry Zbyszko's fifth. Best wrestling card.
Is it Canadian Stampede?
It is, yeah. ECW Bare Legal second. WrestleMania 13 is third, which is really... I mean, I get to get that really good Austin Brett match, but it's tricky after that. Starrcade 96 isn't that great either. Oh, no, Starrcade 96 was decent.
Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. What do you think was the best WCW pay-per-view in 97? Right? There's nothing that immediately jumps to your head.
Great American Bash, maybe? The Bash?
Really? I don't remember that one. That was the one with Rodman and Hogan against Luger and Giant. I don't remember the undercard of that one.
Bash Abuse was a bad... I don't know. I mean, it wasn't all that great, but I still didn't like. Worst card of the year. Worst major card of the year.
Is it November to Remember?
Sold Out, baby.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Best wrestling maneuver.
Is it the Burning Hammer?
Diamond Cutter.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Reader's least favorite wrestler.
Is it Hogan?
It's Hogan. Michaels is second, which is surprising. Nash, Luger, Triple H, Taz, Goldust, Shane Douglas, Glacier, and Bret Hart was 9. I don't even get that. That's strange.
You know why? You know why Michaels probably got a lot of votes?
Why is that?
He lost his smile.
True. Worst wrestler.
McMichael?
Hogan. McMichael's second. They put McMichael over Hogan or before. I don't know about that, man. McMichael sucked pretty bad in the ring.
Yeah.
To put Hogan over him, that's a little bit of bias. Your PWI winner of the rest of the year was third, Luger. Ahmed Johnson, Piper, Sandman, Jim Duggan, and Sid. And Jimmy Valiant was still wrestling in fucking 97?
Yeah, he's still wrestling. He wrestled recently.
Oh, my God. What is he, 90?
He's up there. He's like, this is...
Fucking Christ.
I think he's 80.
That's insanity. Worst gimmick. Or worst tag team, sorry. Worst tag team.
Worst tag team. Is it the Godwins?
Yeah, the Godwins. Legion of Doom are second. Ming and Barbarian are third. Recon and Sniper are fourth. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Billy Gunn and Jesse James. The Blackjacks, Public Enemy, High Voltage, and Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. Worst television show.
Is it worldwide?
USWA.
Oh.
Pros second. Live Wires third. Worst match of the year.
Is it Sid and Undertaker?
Piper and Hogan in the cage.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That was pretty boring. Sandman and Sabu was second. Reggie White and Steve Michaels third. And Shane Douglas and Pitbull number 2 is fourth. Worst feud of the year.
Is it Reggie White and Steve McMichael?
DOA and Broncos versus the Nation. DOA versus the Broncos versus the Nation Domination. Luger and Goblin. Luger. Legion, Doom, and Goblins are second. Piper and Hogan are third. And WCW versus NWO is fourth. Worst on interviews.
Is it Luger?
Oddman Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Wright's second. Luger's third. Worst promotion.
Is it USWA?
Yep. WWF second. AAA's third. WCW's fourth. Best booker.
Choshu?
Paul Heyman. Chosu's second. Taylor's third. Terry Taylor's third. Promoter of the year.
Is it Bischoff?
Chosu. Bischoff second. McMahon's third. Shoot Fighter doesn't matter. Best gimmick.
Is it Disco Inferno?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah. Worst gimmick.
Glacier?
The New Goldust.
Oh.
True Commitment's second. Glacier's third. Most embarrassing wrestler.
Is it Hogan?
The New Goldust.
Oh.
Hogan's second. Michaels is third, which is surprising. Glacier and the Godwins. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the awards for the year of 1997, which kicked a whole lot of ass. And again, we apologize if you didn't. And fuck, you guys didn't probably see clips anyway, because we already got our fucking ban the first time we did it. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we to review 1997 quickly. Great year. If you're young and you haven't really check some of that shit out, man. Like, and I don't know if Japan will be your cup of tea. If you've never seen Brett and Austin, you must have seen it, but you haven't. Watch it. I mean, you never know. They might not have. You have the network. Watch it. Watch them Raws from summer '97, man. They're kick ass. Like, watch Calgary Stampede. If anything, watch Brett and Austin from Mania 13.
Yeah, and I actually have two things. First, 1998 should be their year. Do you have 5 guesses for who PWI thought 1998 would be their year?
Disco Inferno, Chris Jericho, The Rock. How many you got? 2 left?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just give me. I picked 3. I'm not going any further. Go ahead. Was I right with any of them?
No, it was Bill Goldberg.
He was no good. He was no good. Who's Bill Goldberg? Who's this guy you're talking about? Some fucking jobber? Some jobber?
Taka Michinoku, Lance Storm, Glacier, and Reckless Youth. And also, the other thing I want to say to anybody that's listening, we need feedback. We need to know what you like, what you don't like about the show. You can do it in the comment section, but we're also going to start a Facebook group where you can come and talk shit, or you can give good suggestions. You can critique us. You can also talk about the wild world of professional wrestling, whatever's on your mind. There will be a link right underneath.
Or up top, or maybe up top, depending where I put it at.
Yeah, wherever. You'll find it. And also, again, if you know of anyone, or if you yourself have any of these Pro Wrestling Illustrated year-end issues, or Wrestling Main Event year-end issues, or any type of magazine that deals with a year-end review, please get in touch with us. And also, another thing, Royal Rumble pool is going to be in action. It's $30 buy-in. Mm-hmm. It gets you 1 number in the men's Rumble, 1 number in the women's Rumble. I will do a live draw where you can see me draw the numbers.
Not to cut you off. Can I dress up like as Akeem and shit? Like, get like slick with me and we can fuck around like at DiBiase, hit my numbers?
You can do whatever you want.
Like, you mean my dry cleaner type DiBiase? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, anyway, keep going.
Yep. And
the big thing where you spin the ball and shit like that.
That link will be in the description, and also subscribe.
And
we need some more subscribers, because once we get to that 100th subscription, and Scotty will know who number 100 is, you're getting some free swag.
Yeah, you got Aaron's gonna come to your house and visit you. But you have to pay for his plane ticket, his food, and his and like where he sleeps at.
Yeah,
so it can be kind of expensive. Don't. No, I'm kidding.
Worth it.
No,
worth it.
We'll do some fun stuff. We'll I mean, fuck Amazon, dude. Amazon Pros. We'll figure something out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, for now, that was 1997. I'm the future Hall of Famer Scotty B. That was the man Andrew. No last name needed. We'll see you next time on Newsstand versus Newsletter.
Beautiful plaque. Okay, the first one is Billy Jack. Billy Jack was voted by all you fans all over the world as the most improved wrestler of the year, and I'd like to give him the plaque right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the man who received over 12,000 votes. 12,000 votes as the most popular wrestler of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the plaque, and now here's the man who won it by your choice, the former World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.